If you're looking for a job with a little upside, this is my weekly series, The Next Uber, where I talk about my favorite companies that were funded every week that are all hiring, offering equity as part of compensation that I personally work for as a former venture capitalist who used to do this for a living. Remember to hit follow so you can get these updates every week. First is a hot company called Flow Engineering, and they're essentially branding themselves as the GitHub for hardware. In the same way that GitHub is really important for engineers to be able to version control, track changes, collaborate together, Flow Engineering is doing the same thing, specifically focused on industries that involve hardware like space tech, robotics, defense, etc. Even as a non-engineer, there seems to be a very compelling why now, as interest in investment in these spaces is at an all-time high. Tensions between China and US, especially around manufacturing capabilities, also at an all-time high, which somewhat related, I'm actually reading this book right now. So if this topic in general interests you, highly recommend. They raised a $20 million plus Series A from a fantastic investor and are hiring across different roles, including some in the UK, which is a popular ask, but also in San Francisco. Second is a company called Vibin that emerged from stealth this week. They're essentially making a digital twin that allows you to get critical information from your teammates while they're offline. They essentially create custom LLMs for each individual, accessing their Slack, emails, etc., to create a version of you, I guess, when you're not there. I have mixed feelings on this. I'm curious what your thoughts are. I have a feeling that this one's going to be a controversial one. On one hand, compelling why now, especially in an increasingly remote virtual world. Thinking back to my former investment banking self, I would happily allow a digital twin to step in instead of me having to step in at 2 a.m. On the other hand, I could see an execution of this being very big brothery, monitoring, anti-privacy, etc. Regardless, Vibin was founded by two experienced founders who formerly founded an AI recruiting startup that's worth over $2 billion. They raised a $35 million pre-seed this week. What does that even mean anymore? And they're hiring across a bunch of different roles across the US, India, and London. Last is a company called Fleetworks, and they're building an AI-enabled marketplace to connect small trucking carriers with freight. Some promising signals about this company. One, it was funded by the same person who seeded Uber and also is a major investor in Flexport. It's not only a well-respected investor who's obviously been successful in the past, but the tangentially related subject matter is also a good sign. The company seems to be crushing it. They have over 10,000 carriers, and they even have Uber Freight as customers. And if you want to see links to these jobs and more, go to my link in bio and hit pinpoint, where you'll see not only these jobs, but a ton other, all vetted, high-quality ones that I personally would work for.